guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I'm Ken. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll really appreciate that. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Today's video is going to be another natural hair 101 talk. I'll be talking about the do's and the don'ts of deep conditioning. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll really appreciate that. Also press that bell beside the subscribe button so you are notified of my new uploads. Anytime I have a new video up here, you'll be the first to get the notification. So like I said, this video is going to be all about deep conditioning, the do's and the don'ts of deep conditioning. As first time naturals, we hear all about deep conditioning, deep conditioning, deep conditioning. So there are times that we overdo things and there are things that we do less of, that we're supposed to be doing more of those things. So those are the things I'm talking about in today's video. The first do of deep conditioning is that you want to deep condition your hair regularly as your hair needs it. For someone like me, my hair is not damaged, my hair is pretty healthy. I deep condition my hair every 2 weeks and it's okay for my hair. If I look at someone on YouTube or Instagram and they say they deep condition their hair twice in a week, it will be quite wrong for me to follow what they are doing, because I don't know what is wrong with their hair that makes them to be deep conditioning their hair that much regularly. So for me, I deep condition my hair every 2 weeks and it's okay for me. So I don't copy what other people do. I do what my hair needs, and that is that. But I make sure that I do it regularly, because that is what deep conditioning is. It's not something you do once a month or once in 3 months or once in 2 months. It's not something like that. It's something you want to stick to, doing it as regularly as your hair needs it. The second do of deep conditioning is that you want to understand the difference between protein and moisture hair mask. Moisture hair mask are the hair mask that gives our hair the boost of moisture they need, and the protein hair mask are the things that give our hair the boost of protein they need. So you don't want to do too much of protein and you don't want to do too much of moisture. You want to balance it up. And like I said, you don't want to copy what other people are doing. You want to deep condition your hair depending on what your hair needs. My hair needs more moisturizing hair mask, so I do my protein treatment every 2 months and it's okay for my hair. Like I said in my 5 mistakes video, one of the mistakes I made when I first went to natural was that most of the things I was using for my hair, they were protein hair mask, the ORS hair mayonnaise, my DIY hair mask, all of it, everything I put in there, it's screaming protein, and it was making my hair more difficult to manage. And when you're making your DIY hair mask as well, know the things that are stipulated for protein and know the things that are stipulated for moisture. So when you're making your DIY hair mask, you look for humectants like honey, glycerin, aloe vera juice, aloe vera leaf, and things like that humectant for moisturizing hair masks. And for protein hair masks, look for egg, the mayonnaise, the coconut milk, and yogurt. Those are the things you look for when you're doing your DIY protein hair mask. So you have to know the difference between the two. Either you're buying your hair mask from the store or you're making it yourself. You have to know what a moisturizing hair mask is and what the protein hair mask is. I'll link my DIY hair mask, I'll link it up here, my DIY moisturizing hair mask and my DIY protein hair mask. I'll link them in the description box below, so you may want to check it out. And like I said, the amount of protein and moisture our hair needs, it varies from individual to individual. So you just want to look for what your hair needs and stick to that. The third do of deep conditioning is that, especially for us with low porosity hair, you want to eat up that deep conditioner. And when you eat up a deep conditioner, it makes it very easy for it to penetrate the hair cuticles. The only hair mask I don't eat up is when I'm doing my egg protein treatment, because if I eat it up, it's going to cook and it's going to cook in my head. So I don't cover my head when I do egg treatment because it's going to cook in my head. Apart from that, every other thing I do to my hair, every other hair mask I use on my hair, I make sure to cover my hair up and also eat up the hair mask before putting it in my hair. That makes it faster and easier for my hair to soak it all up. The fourth do's of deep conditioning is that you want to do it on damp hair. You don't want to do deep conditioning on soaking wet hair. If you do your deep conditioning or soaking wet hair, the hair has already reached its saturated level. So anything you are putting off it is just sliding away. It's not penetrating the hair cuticle. So do deep conditioning on damp hair, not on dry hair, not on soaking wet hair, but on damp hair. Dry hair, the deep conditioner will not be able to penetrate it because the cuticles of your hair are not open to readily take what you are putting in there. Because what water does is that it relaxes the hair cuticles, especially for us with low porosity hair. When you use warm water, you spritz it on your hair, or you wet your hair with warm water in the shower before going with hair mask, or leave-in or moisturizer, the hair cuticles are relaxed and they are readily open to take up anything in there. But once they are dry, they are tightly shut and they can't take anything in there. And once the hair is wet as well, it reaches its saturated level, it doesn't take up any other thing again. It will just be like flooding and everything will just be sliding away from the hair cuticles and it won't be absorbed. The fifth do of deep conditioning is that you want to pay more attention to the ends of your hair. The ends of our hair are the oldest part of our hair. So when you are deep conditioning or you are moisturizing your hair, you want to pay more attention to that part, because if you pay more attention to the ends of your hair when you are deep conditioning and when you are moisturizing your hair, you have to trim your hair less often, because the ends of your hair will get like raggedy and damaged less often because you pay more attention to them being the oldest part of the hair. So those are the 5 do's of deep conditioning. Now we're moving on to the don'ts of deep conditioning. The first don't of deep conditioning is that you don't want to overdo it. There are some people that deep condition their hair overnight. It's stipulated on the hair mask, on even DIY or stuff, but after 30 minutes that hair mask is in your hair, unless something is wrong with that hair mask, after 30 minutes your hair has already got everything it needs from that hair mask. Additional hours, additional minutes is just a waste of product and time. Your hair can be limpy and weak because you are putting too much of the product in there. So after 30 minutes you rinse it out. That is what is stipulated in most hair masks. The second don't is that you don't want to multitask a hair mask. Typically the product is stipulated for deep conditioning. What that product means is that it may have like a corresponding conditioner. You know there's a difference between deep conditioner and regular conditioner. So let's say the Shea Moisture JBCO conditioner and the Shea Moisture JBCO hair mask, they may contain the same thing, but the concentration of the products that are in the hair masks, they are more than that of the regular conditioner. So you don't use it as a moisturizer after using it as a deep conditioner. You may want to use, if you are using a product for deep conditioning, you don't want to use it as a styler, and also you don't want to use it as a moisturizer. You are putting too much of that product in your hair and it may lead to product overload, and it may just the concentration of those things in your hair can make it weak and susceptible to breakage and damage. The third don't of deep conditioning is that you don't want to blow your budget when you are deep conditioning. There are a lot of deep conditioners on the market. There are £3 deep conditioners that work fantastically. There are £5, there are £15, there are £10 deep conditioner that works beautifully. So what you want to look for when you get a deep conditioner is the ingredients in there, not the promises of heaven and earth that is written on that container. You want to look for emulsions like honey, aloe vera juice, glycerin, and jojoba oil, olive oil. And from protein hair mask, you want to look for things that scream protein like keratin, hydrolyzed protein. Those are the things that matter when you are buying a product, not the heaven and earth that is promised on the container and the large stamp of money or the big stamp of money that is put on there that is a £50 hair mask. That means that it's going to work wonder better than the £10 hair mask. That does not necessarily mean that. So let me tell you, hair mask can be pretty expensive. The fourth don't of deep conditioner, which I think should be even be the first don't, is that you don't want to deep condition. You don't want to shampoo your hair after deep conditioning. There's I watched some video on YouTube. Some people deep condition their hair, then they will shampoo it afterwards. You know, it's easier for you just before going in the shower, like pre-poo, you put the deep conditioner in there and then you go in the shower. I'm not talking about pre-poo. People will deep condition their hair and then they go in the shower to shampoo it. Don't even try it. I tried it. Don't even try it. It's waste of time and money. I deep conditioned my hair, then I went to the shower to shampoo my hair. My hair felt so dry, like I can't even explain it. I had to deep condition my hair again, so it's waste of time and money. Just shampoo your hair and then deep condition it. Once you shampoo your hair, you are clearing it of the old things and you're putting in the new things in there. So if you shampoo your hair and you deep condition, that's okay. But if you deep condition your hair and then you shampoo it, don't even try it. I've tried it. It's waste of time and money and products and energy and everything. The fifth don't of deep conditioning is that you don't want to use a regular conditioner as a deep conditioner. If you're using a regular conditioner as a deep conditioner, in my own opinion, you have to add other things in there to, I don't want to use the word ginger it up, to spice it up and make it be in the level of an hair mask before you can use it as a deep conditioner. So most of the time, if I'm using an ordinary conditioner as a hair mask, I always add honey, olive oil, JBCO oil, coconut oil, and also most of the time I add banana and avocado. So you don't want to use an ordinary conditioner as a deep conditioner. An ordinary conditioner is something you put in your hair and you rinse out. A deep conditioner is something that has higher concentrates of the things that maybe in a regular conditioner it's higher in there, and it's meant for it to be put in your hair for a longer period of time and then you rinse it out. So there's difference between putting a conditioner in your hair and rinsing it out and properly deep conditioning your hair. So those are the 5 do's and the 5 don'ts of deep conditioning. Let me know if you do any of these things. Let me know if I missed anything, and let me know any do or any don'ts that I didn't mention in this video. Let me know in the comment section below. I'll really appreciate that. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Your thumbs up and your beautiful comments, they go a long way in helping my video. So please don't forget to give me that beautiful comment. I'll really appreciate it. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.